Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is your boy Turgon the Wise coming at you with a new video. It's been a while. So, what are we talking about today? Today, we're going to show you what's going on in my first ever King of Men campaign. And it's been a pretty interesting season. We are now past the 2 week point. It is Thursday, the 14th of September, 2023. We started this campaign. Oh, wait, it was a Tuesday, maybe like, um, I want to say like August. Let me go to the calendar here. August 29th, we started. So 2 weeks and 2 days in. It's been a very big adjustment for me and for my fellowship. And we're facing a very, very intelligent, active, strong coalition of Asian teams. Two of them are called Pran and Prak, which we like to lovingly refer to as Prank. The other two are VSOP, and IBIS, which is very difficult for us to not refer to as irritable bowel syndrome, but I'm sure it has a very, very significant meaning to them, but it's kind of funny for us. Language is a funny thing, isn't it? And there's also this other group down here called Sand, which is Pratt, which is another affiliate, I guess, like spillover of Pran and Prak. So they have Pratt. So it's basically like five teams versus four-ish. Um, So here's what's going on. First, I want to draw your attention to these red pins and the changes that they made recently to remove the combatant list. I don't know if it's a bug or if they did it deliberately. If they did it deliberately, along with all the other changes that are upcoming as part of 2.0, they're dumb as fuck and I hate them. And it makes me really, really sad that they're not really considering user feedback, which is resoundingly not to do this, but they're going to just do it anyway. And there's a very real likelihood that these changes may kill the game. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about the season. So here I am in all my glory, and it's been tough. Now, in some ways, I am in better shape than I usually am at 16 and a half days into a season. In terms of my building progression, I'm there, man. 20s across the board. Barracks, conscription post, apothecary is max. All of the tributes are maxed. My market's maxed. My embassy and academy are maxed. I'm even working on Swan Knight Stable 3. This is usually something I'm not doing until like the last couple weeks of the season, but this season necessitates it. And also, my resource utilization has been a little bit different this season because I just haven't had as much time to play. That's why I haven't been pumping out videos too. Um, Big changes in my life. The pandemic has been proclaimed over, and now I am having to actually pick my ass up out of bed and go to work 3 days a week. So now that I'm not working from home all week, and I'm in the office working, it's great. My productivity is probably going way up at work, but my ability to play the game has gone down, which makes me sad. But, it is what it is. Here's where I'm at right now. Pretty good ring power. I'm starting to churn out some merit here. If you look at the list, last night I had bottomed out at 48 on this list, which is the lowest I've seen it in quite a while. And now I'm starting to get some traction. I'm getting traction because I'm using predominantly. Oh, they're not here right now. Where'd they go? Oh, that's right. I put them down here. Nice. So I'm using these two commanders, Elrond and Isildur. And we're going to get a taste of their capabilities right here and now because they're pushing us. And they've been pushing us here for at least the last 15 hours. They did break through in here. As you can see, we've reclaimed all of this and have reforted it. And this has really been where the bolus of the action has been throughout the course of this season. And it's been very exciting. It's been very back and forth, seesaw action. What do we got here? Oh my. My dudes are gone. Let's see what happened. Well, we got a victory. I beaten a seal door? That shouldn't happen. How did that? Oh, he was already weak. That's why. And then he got smacked by this Khaldun, which I assume has a frenzy hammer. Of course, it's got a frenzy hammer. What else would it have? And then I drew it, and then it got spanked by Kyrune. I'll take it. It is what it is. It's been so nice playing non-RP because I have commanders. I mean, the bulk of my time playing this game has been spent playing good side, but I have played evil, and you know this from some of my other videos if you've been following me for some time now. So I'm working on leveling up my evil commanders to counter some of the things that they're using to counter me. My Grima is on deck. Tonight will be the first night that I apply all my scrolls to Grima because, as you can see from the reports there, I'm using a level 47 Elrond and a level 45 Isildur. They're pretty much PvP ready, and I'm happy with that. From a barracks perspective, all of my elves are going to Isildur. So I got sentinels on their way. Heralds will be not far behind. And then I'm using the swans as tanks for him. I can't quite build swans fast enough to use them on multiple commanders because I'm fighting quite a bit now. So that's why I'm leveling the Swan Knight stable so that maybe I can make them a little bit faster. And then for Isildur, I'm also using Heralds on him right now. But if I wanted to, I could switch to Keepers if I wanted to keep them all melee. I'm not going to give him Sentinels. I have a nice little stable of Marksmen that I can use as a backup. I'll throw like 1,000 Marksmen to give him that Elf unit. And then I'm going with Rangers and Dunedain on him. However, I might experiment with some things because I have access to units that I've never used before, like the Shire Protector. So I might try these on him. We'll see. But right now, I'm preparing to use the Shire Protectors with Oathbreakers on Grima. Grima Wormtongue. And speaking of which, let me get some more of these guys rocking here. I like to make them just in groups of 1,000. It cuts down on the time. It cuts down on the amount of gold I'm using. And really, I can't make more than that right now anyway. So, and just having a backup. And let me see. Do I need to fill that army again? Is he available? Let's send him out on a test run. Yeah, he's full at the moment. Let's send him on a test run. Let's kill this. Just get some XP on him. I'm just grinding XP on Grima right now and testing out this thing. And I also need to, now that I swapped out his helmet, for some reason I decided to put a horseman helmet on him, which is for the madness immunity because I didn't want my guys blowing up my guys, but really quite unnecessary. So I'm switching to the bone mask here. So that should be pretty fun. And my Elrond looks exactly the same as he has in the past, except for I swapped out the Ranger Shroud for the High Elf Hallberg to give him the resistance. So if he hits a Gandalf the White, or a Galadriel, or a Witch King, or a Gandalf the Grey with alchemists, then I don't have to be so bothered with burn or focus damage. So I had 30% from that and 14.2% from this. So basically around 45% from 44.2%, 44.1% mitigation there. That really helps quite a bit. Isildur, he looks the exact same, except for this season I'm using the carved dragon tooth to increase his damage output significantly, and the blitz, whenever it goes off, is nice. And then Gandalf the Grey right now, I'm just using to sweep and kind of clean up uglies in the back lines. And I'm just farming with him right now. But when he gets a little bit higher, like maybe level 45, I will probably bring him to the front. Gandalf the White is another commander that I have never used in the past that I'm enjoying. He's sweeping like a madman for me, tiling as well. I got my Frodo bomb here. He's been doing actually surprisingly some fun work for me from a scouting capacity as well as to soften the blow sometimes when folks come and attack me. So I don't want to necessarily give too much away as to what our plans are. Not that I think that our opponents are watching this video, but I like to err on the side of caution when it comes to these kind of things, you know? And then when Grima comes back, I'll give him this 80,000 tip as well. So that should be fun. It's been a fun season so far. It's been nice using different units, all my commanders at my disposal, having access to neutral units by starting our season out in the West, and fighting an extremely, like I said earlier, intelligent, adaptive, active, strong, organized team like Prank. Not that we haven't faced teams that were good in the past, but I think that this team is on a different level from any other team that I have faced, at least since I faced Babes in season 6 and Yadu in season 7. And as you know, I am a member of Yadu now. And I want to, oh, this isn't bad at all. Very few losses here. Very few. This is nice. I like this. I like this a lot, and it'll be even better. I'm going to probably, when he's PvP ready, I'm going to swap out this scale mail and give him Isildur's mithril coat because I want a ton of defense on these Oathbreakers to make them super tanky and super annoying for opponents. This will be my anti-melee, my melee eater. So like the game that I'm kind of playing, and I probably shouldn't be giving this away, but you can see it from this. I mean, my Elrond is basically a nuke, and he destroys a lot of things. His weaknesses are Isildur and some Gandalf the Whites, Gandalf the Greys, really, really heavy physical damage gets to him. Isildur counters him perfectly because of his R5 mitigates all of the nuke from Convener. So I really got to watch out for Isildurs like this. I got lucky that this one wasn't full, so I was able to finish him off. But then I was too weak to be able to do anything with this Frenzy Dune here. Um, So they know my Elrond at this point. And when they see me, they tend to expect me to have Elrond. I started using Isildur last night, so now they're aware that I have this, and they're gonna, when they see me someplace, they're gonna do what they're doing here, exactly what they're doing here. And so the purpose of the Grima is going to be to counter all of that. So they're going to think they're going to be hitting this or this, but they're going to hit this. And it should completely, once he's ready, completely annihilate him. The only thing that I'm doing, I mean, he's level 36 now, so I got 9 levels to go. So I'll be pumping all those points. Once this hits, with 9 points, I'll be able to put probably. So 5 and 3 is 8. So I'll get this to 11. That's 6 and 5 for lower defenses. So that should really make it hurt quite a bit when he hits, and he will be finished. I think it's going to be level 50. He needs to get all the way to level 50 because that's 14 more levels. 10 will go here. 4 will go there, so that'll get this to level 6. And then I have the option. I could either take the point out of Enfeeble and put it in here to finish lower defenses, or I can continue working to try to get him another level of rep to get that extra skill point that I want. And he's a little ways away, but I think, you know, it's doable. Not in the short term, not like in the next couple of days, but probably a week or two, I could crank out another level on him, another rep level on him to get him. And it's going to take him a while to get him to 50 anyway. My goal is to get him to 45 by the end of the weekend so I can start partying with him as well. And then my other goals, I mean, I'd like to be able to use Gandalf the Grey in PvP soon. I have a bunch of um, alchemists and drummers ready for that. But what I'm lacking is the Swan Knights. I need Swan Knights, and I can't stop fighting for long enough to build up the stable of Swan Knights that I need. So is when you first unlock Swan Knights, it's about 24, 25 hours to conscript 2,500 of them. I've gotten it down to about 23 or 22 hours now, but from the building upgrades and from my ring abilities. And I still have a couple more ring abilities to go down here in Abundant Force. So that'll take off another 3% off the conscription time. And then the building is going to be obviously huge too. I don't even really need my third queue anymore. I guess I can put it in battlements. It costs so little. Who cares? So what's this going to get me? This is going to take me from 8 to 16. That's the 3. So 16 to 24 is 4. And then I guess 32 is 5. So 40% is 6. So if I max this out, that 40% plus 10%, that's 50% time. So it'll take me about 12 hours to make Swan Knights, which will be much, much better. I'll be able to make them much more quickly, but they're also expensive. So I got to make sure I have the RSS I need to do that. And therein lies the challenge. But the other thing I love about NRP is I've been able to use commanders for gathering. I haven't leveled them really yet. Where is she? She should be at the top. There she is. I mean, level 5 user, level 5 Sharku. I haven't leveled them at all, but it's given me a little bit of extra resources gathered. I think she has level 2. Yeah. So at some point when capacity allows, I will level them in more and get even more resources gathered. But for right now, I'm just taking what I can get. That's a note that I need to make for myself to improve. Working on getting myself some dwarves because the next layer of my attack, once they get comfortable with seeing my Grima, my Isildur, my Elrond, they're probably going to start using a lot of DD comms on me. So probably Sauron's going to be my next move. I have a very specific build that I'm trying to use that was shared with me by the lovely Roram on how to use him as an anti-DD com. I might do that, or I might start working hardcore to level my own DD com. I've been hoping to get a Frenzy Hammer for quite a while. I would love to put that on Dwalin and let him go to town. If not, I can move all of Dwalin's gear and level Gimli and use his unique, which is pretty good. I've used Gimli quite a bit in the past, but the reason why I'm leaning more towards Dwalin is just because of the disparity in rep level. My Gimli at 13 is just a little low, and my Dwalin at 18 going on 19. I think gives me a little bit more flexibility in terms of what he can do. This is my PvE build. Obviously, I wouldn't use this for PvP, but he's also not leveled at all. He's level 24. He's nowhere near ready to PvP. I need 21 more levels on him, really, to get him into a position I'm comfortable with. So anyway, leave me a like, shoot me a comment, shout out time. Shout out to my boy Danny, Shrike, Pure Hate, Fucker, Pwet, Zico, Ser, Aracano, Azer. Who else am I missing? Vanilla. Who are my other? I just have so many favorite people on this team. If I miss somebody, I apologize. Jeff Kaka, Seal to Reserve, Mandingo, all the leaders of Yadu. Appreciate everything that you do very much, especially this season since I haven't been able to contribute as much as I would like. So I appreciate folks stepping up and filling in the gap. Anyway, this will do it for this video. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I appreciate it, and I hope the rest of your day treats you well. Cheers.